Okay. Before we get to this video, I'm gonna need you to do me a favor. And I feel like you already know what I'm gonna say. Yes, I need you to hit that like button and subscribe. A lot of y'all watch, but y'all don't be subscribing. And I need you to help me out with this. So hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. What is up, my good people? How y'all feeling? I do not have my headphones today, so I need y'all to let me know if there's an echo before we get started. Please let me know if there's an echo, how I sound. Everything is good. It's Ashley Roberts with It's Just Different Pod. And we are back, y'all. We are back with another series of commits. And I guess today is actually, you can say it's like signees because, well, some of them have signed. A lot of them have sent their papers in. Some of them have not yet. But this week, there'll be a lot of athletes actually signing. For anybody that does not understand the difference, when you commit, obviously that is a verbal. You're verbally telling the school, I want to go here. But now it's signing week and the athletes are signing those papers. It is official. It is official. First of all, shout out to y'all. We are already 19. You know, the goal is always 20. We are already 19 people in the building. Go ahead and hit that like button because it's 19 of y'all and only 2 likes. Go ahead and hit that like button. Let me know if I sound good. Throw it in the chat. Let me know how I sound before we actually get started. Today we have Summer, who is going to TWU. We have Landri, who is going to Pitt State. And we have Rosie, who is going to St. Mary's. I read something, y'all, the other day. Before I even go into, I sound great, perfect. Before I even go into what I read, this platform, right? I do these commitment series. I bring on these athletes. You commit, you sign. I want to talk about it, right? But, and y'all know I'm always for everybody. I don't care if it's D1, it don't matter. D free. Where's the free education? Right. And I read something the other day where somebody was talking about like, it's always about the D1s. It's always about the D1s. And it's not. It's about free education. Where can you go to get the free education? So I wanted to dedicate this one and I will have, y'all see that I normally group the signees or commits together. This is all D2s, right? I'm showing love to the D2s, giving y'all information. Parents are going to give y'all some information. The athletes are going to give y'all some information because me personally, I don't feel like it's enough information out there that talks about other levels outside of D1. As I told y'all, we have TWU up first, Texas Women's, who's doing a great job. Jake was on podcast episode. I need to find the number. I don't know the number, but Jake was on podcast episode who is the assistant at Texas Women's University. We have Pitt State, who's known for winning, and St. Mary's. My girl Val is over there at St. Mary's. Where was Val at? I think Val was at, don't kill me, Val, if you're watching this. Louisiana Lafayette. I think Louisiana Lafayette. We are going to get started. Shout out to y'all in the building. Got 30 people, 8 likes. Let's get these likes to 10. Now, y'all, my coach has been on me and has told me every time I go live, I have to talk about these super chats. So once I finish an athlete, there will be a minute where we can really celebrate these athletes. You can throw some fire emojis, throw some congrats. And if you're feeling real generous and want to help and support, go ahead and throw a super chat. You will have a minute and we are about to get started. I'm going to show y'all a little footage of Summer before I bring her and her family up. What is up? How are y'all feeling? Let me unmute you. I think y'all look good. What's going on?
Nothing much. Just really busy with volleyball and basketball and all this stuff, but I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, we were talking before we got started. Multi-sport athlete. We'll get into it, but we're gonna start with you introducing yourself first.
Okay, I'm Summer Sodek, and I'm just signed to TWU, and I'm really excited. I play multiple sports, and I go to Flatonia ISD, so I'm a senior and just excited for what's ahead.
Shout out to that. And we started with just that. Signed to TWU. What made you choose TWU?
I chose TWU because they're a really successful and competitive program, and when I started talking to the coaching staff, I was just impressed, and the style of play I think really fits for me, and I wanted to go somewhere where I could play and be successful.
Hold on one second, Summer. I'm gonna put these headphones. Y'all, let me know if Summer is echoing. Let me know. I'm gonna try these headphones to make sure we are good. Let's see. Summer, say something.
Hi.
There we go. All right. I think we might be better. But TWU. First of all, like I said, I had Jake on not too long. I guess that's about a few months ago, and really got to know him a lot. Mom, dad. At the end of the day, yes, it's up to the athlete. They're the ones that have to play for the school, have to be there. But what made y'all feel comfortable and confident enough to say, yes, I'm sending my baby to TWU?
We ask a lot of questions. We do a lot of research. Um, my husband is much better at he'll cold call anybody. We made connections. We called people who we've never met before,
Mm-hmm.
who we knew the coaches, knew the players, and we heard so many good things. And ultimately, it was up to Summer. She had lots of good choices, and she picked the one that made her feel the most comfortable and that she felt like she could be successful at. So we did not pick for her.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I told her I had veto power. I could have vetoed, but I didn't have to do that. She was so blessed that anyone who recruited her, everyone we checked out, everything was good, and she picked Texas Women's.
Yeah.
That's what she do, and we are so proud and so grateful that she has this opportunity.
I think
Yeah.
that's I think that's one of the things where
Dad, do me a favor. Just
yeah,
slide it over.
there we
Yep.
go.
Okay.
Okay, so there are a lot of encouraging things about kids right now that want to go to college. Our experience was great with, like Leanne said, with a bunch of different universities. So that should encourage a lot of kids. There's some really good people out there. I know you
Mm-hmm.
hear a lot of times that you got to watch this and watch that, but man, everybody we met and the schools that came down in her Final Five, we couldn't ask for better situations. So she made a good choice.
I love it. I love it. Now, y'all talked about questions. I love to hear that. Like sometimes families will kind of get on here and I'll ask like, that same question. And it's just like, I don't really hear that a lot, that we ask questions. What questions did y'all ask?
I ask, obviously the athlete has to ask a lot of questions, so I like to keep like a notes app before I talk to any coach and just be able to like go over to that. But I would ask like, where do you see me in the program? Like, like do freshmen play? I think that was a big thing for me, and just like the dorm situation because like I feel like there's so much more outside of just the basketball program that I wanted to know.
Yeah, I like it. Mom, dad.
I mean, we asked anything and everything. We asked about classes. We asked about food situation, like, and we wanted to talk to people who had inside the program because obviously the coaches are going to tell you great things. They're recruiting you,
Mm-hmm.
but we looked for people who had players in the program. We looked for people who players had left the program or players who had, chosen somewhere else that had been recruited by the program. Like we really were looking for any kind of red flags that we could find. And people will talk to you if you just call them up and ask them or email them. They'll tell you their story. They'll tell you why they picked it or why they didn't pick it or why they left or didn't leave. you just, once you start the conversation, they'll tell you. You don't have to ask that many questions.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I
Yeah, I mean, we just talked to a lot of people, and you call those people that are in the program or know a little bit about the program, but also maybe those people that had left the program or no longer affiliated with the university to find out what the true vibe is of the program. And again, all everything was good, and I think also one of the things I was interested in is I don't know what Summer's going to end up doing, but she talks sometimes about coaching, and so I guess if you're in this world and you're a player and you want to be a college coach, I mean, what are the connections that
Yeah.
people are willing to help you? Because you may not be at that school and be a grad assistant or an assistant. Can they help you get on somewhere else and do the same thing? So I think that was important too, whether she goes down that road or not, but that may be one of the options. So that was important to us as well.
Yeah. Is this was Summer the, I don't know, like sibling situation? Is she the first one to go play basketball at college?
I have an older brother, but he didn't go play in college. He goes to Texas A&M.
Okay, so this is the first one to play in college. First of
Absolutely.
all, shout out to y'all. Like, I feel like from parent standpoint, because y'all, I can tell that y'all did y'all research, asked the right questions, and like really vetted out the schools. A lot of parents don't. I don't even want to say they don't. Well, they don't do it, but I think it's more so because they don't really know how, or they don't really know what questions to ask. And just from this first 10 minutes that we've been on here, like I can tell that y'all really asked the right questions. So shout out to y'all. Summer, when did you know? When do you feel like you knew like this is the right one for me?
Um, During volleyball season, the beginning of that, I kind of had an injury and I wasn't playing, so I had a lot of time to just think and sit on things and see like how far I wanted to be from family.
Mm-hmm.
And I went through all the options. I looked at everything multiple times and I just talked with the coaches a lot and got to know some of the players a little bit, and also just like revisiting places helped me a lot. And that's when I kind of knew, like I went on my second visit to TWU and just being with the team and seeing all this stuff, I knew then and I committed then. So that's the
I
main thing,
I love
being
it.
there.
I love it. Yeah, and being on campus, actually being able to see you got a lot of congrats in the chat. We got some congratulations in the chat. Appreciate y'all for showing Summer some love. Summer, did you have any D1 interests or offers?
Yes, I had D1 interest and I had one offer from UTRGV.
Okay. And what made you want to go? What made you decide the D2 route over the D1 route?
I felt more comfortable with the coaching staff and the players. I just got to know them better. And playing on kind of a higher level AAU team, I
Mm-hmm.
played against a lot of D1 level competition, and I knew that I could hang, but I think I would have a better chance going into the D2 level to be successful and get playing time and just be a part of like a really good program where I can win games.
That's really good. That's really good. Mom, Dad, can we just, I don't even know if I got a question, a specific question, but I want to just kind of talk about like, it's one of the things that I see in the industry a lot where it's like D1 or nothing, or D1, D1, D1. And it's obviously everybody's going to have those dreams, right? You want to go play at the highest level, whatever the case may be. But can y'all just kind of talk about that, like going through this experience, seeing the interest from D1s or whatever the case may be, like just talk about that in general.
Well, first of all, Summer was blessed to play for really two really good AAU organizations. She
Mm-hmm.
started out with like Austin Elite, and then played in some tournaments in like Louisville, Kentucky at Run for
Mm-hmm.
Roses, and that's where she first started getting some interest. And then her last year, she went over to Team Lex, and they did an outstanding job and put her in front of a lot of people, and we met a lot of different people. But when the offers came and from the bigger schools or the interest came from the bigger schools, there were some good D1s, and but the D2 model kind of fit her well. I felt that like she wants to win, and I knew that, and the program she talked to at the D2 level, they won a lot, and
Yep.
I think that caught her interest because it's more fun when you're winning. But also when you go look at some of these D1s, let's say at the mid major, the lower level D1s, some of these better D2s, they have better facilities, they have
Yeah,
a lot better
absolutely.
education, and they pay for your school too. And really, I think the model that fits her the best, she's going to have a chance to win championships where she's decided to go. And ultimately, that's what this is all about: getting a good education and playing to win. And we couldn't ask for a better situation.
Yeah, and you just hit it on a head of like something that I always want parents to understand, and y'all have talked about it. Even going to the schools, like I highly recommend visiting these schools because a lot of these D2s, as you just said, got better facilities, but like better living situation. Like I went to, and I'm not gonna say the school, but I went to a Division 1 school for a tour that I was doing, and I was very surprised by the locker room, by a lot of, and I'm just like, I've been to some JUCOs that was better than this. And I think that's something I always try to tell parents, like, visit the schools because the levels don't matter. Like, what is the right fit? What's the right situation? As you just said, like, her thing was we want to win. And one thing about TWU, they win. They win, win, win. So I love that you said that. Summer, what would you say was the toughest part of your recruiting journey?
The toughest part was like obviously I've never been through it before, and my parents haven't been through it, my siblings haven't been through it, so just like getting that start and just like learning where to even begin was the hardest part. But I got a lot of advice from coaches and just other teammates and older players that really helped me a lot. So I think just like the getting started is the hardest part. Once you're in it, and if you're talking to good people and you're being smart about it, it's not that bad at all. I was really blessed. I can't be mad about like a good recruiting process. It was great the whole time.
That's really good. Dad, you mentioned AAU. She played with Austin Elite. Shout out to Austin Elite. Shout out to Funzel. Shout out to Speedy. Great people, have been in the game for a while. Went over to Team Lex. Joey kind of spearheading that. I know Jean's over there. It's although AAU season is over, I feel like AAU season is never over. Like programs right now are recruiting kids, trying to get kids in a program. What questions do y'all feel parents should be asking these directors as they are looking to find the right program for them?
I mean, we probably asked more stupid questions than anybody ever, because we are not athletes. My husband is a coach, but we were not collegiate level athletes at all. And he's coached a few, but it's a different process now than it was even, I would say, 5 years ago or 10 years
Mm-hmm.
ago. Like AAU is necessary, and so man, they just from the very first meeting I was ever at, I was like, what are we called? Like, how do we get uniforms? Do we
Mm-hmm.
bring snack bags? Like, like, is this like it was, at like Little League or whatever? Like, there was no such thing as a dumb question to me. I was never embarrassed to ask. Um, and like I said, you just listen and let people talk.
Mm-hmm.
And parents, like, if you can make friends with other parents, you can learn from them. Um, I mean, we bothered them. My
Yeah.
husband on the phone all the time with coaches, and so you know what? Coaches that aren't even on part of your team. We also have to shout out Coach Larry Tidwell,
Mm-hmm.
um, well known, and he's been a mentor for Summer. He actually coached the opposing district competition, but he was active in her recruiting. Like, opposing coaches can help you get recruited just as much as your coach. If
Mm-hmm.
you can gain the respect of other coaches, not just the ones that you're paying, that can help in your recruiting process too. So
Mm-hmm.
coaches love to talk.
Mhm.
Coaches love
Yep.
to talk. And so if you ask, I don't know, I mean, we asked everything. we
Yeah.
asked
I think it was important to know, like, there are different levels of AAU, and
Uh-huh.
you got to make sure. And sometimes I think the best way is, you want to get some exposure, but you don't want to be exposed, and because some kids aren't ready for certain things. And I
Yep.
think the process that Summer took slowly built her up and built her confidence. And even early on with Team Lex, I mean, you're gonna have good tournaments, you're gonna have bad tournaments, and they were patient with her, and then she really got going. And like I said, we couldn't have ended up with any two better organizations for taking care of our little one. And they did great with her. They got her in front of the right people, and they also help kind of guide you and can tell you, hey, what they think is best for your kid as well. They're not going to tell you this is what you need to do, but if you listen, they've been through this before with a lot of kids, and it's their job. You've paid them to help, and if you listen to those people, they're going to lead you in the right direction. So again, we were blessed in that situation.
Yeah. You just said something that I talk about a lot. You either get the exposure or you get exposed.
Yep.
You talked about, we were talking about this earlier of just like y'all being or summer being in like small town, right? And
Yep.
you go from that to playing at Louisville Run for the Roses, playing in all of these high level tournaments. What was that like her first year? And I would go for you, Summer. What was that like your first year jumping into that heat, jumping into the heat?
Starting with Austin Elite, definitely just like we're playing older teams in practice. I remember being so young, just playing such big girls in practice. So that was definitely different. And then another thing, like AAU, I feel like it's a lot just like about confidence. Like you have to walk in there and be like, I am as good as these girls. And then Team Lex was a big jump also. So like my first live tournament, I didn't do great, but then just like going to every practice is important and being in constant like communication with the coaches and just knowing your role and working hard in your role and doing everything you can, I think really helped me out with Team Lex. And towards the end of the year, I was playing a lot of minutes
Mm-hmm.
on a team where I was a little worried how much was I going to get to play. But at the end, it worked out for me. And I'm thankful to like know I can play with those girls, even though I'm from a small town.
Got
Small
it.
town is not small talent. Like we wanted her. We drove 4 hours
Every weekend.
every
Yeah.
weekend to get her to Mansfield, Texas, so
Wow.
that she would know
Yeah.
she's just as good as those other girls.
Yeah.
Small town is not small talent. And even before that, when we were driving to Austin, Austin is a good jump for us too. We were driving to the Pflugerville area, which is about an hour and a half. Um, you cannot be scared because it's a bigger D or if it's bigger A. You know, in UIL we have 5A, 6A.
Mm-hmm.
Small town is not small talent. Go find a gym, go get some girls and grab a ball and and measure yourself against them. And she proved to herself. We always I never wanted her to be the best player on the team.
Mm-hmm.
So every time she achieved the level where she was pretty comfortable on her team, then we would go look for another team. So you know, she started locally, and then we built a small little travel team and would take her to
Alodia tournaments.
Alodia tournaments.
Yep.
Yeah, we built an Alodia team and would go to Alodia tournaments. And then once she got comfortable there, then we were like, okay, well, we're gonna spend some money. And so then we found an AAU team, and that's how we found Austin Elite. And then she started getting comfortable there, and we have only good things to say about Fonzel and Speedy and Austin Elite, and it was so good for her. And they taught us so much. We knew nothing. They taught us everything. And then when she had this opportunity to go to Team Lex, we kind of looked at each other and said, "Are we going to do this?" And we said, "Yeah, let's do it. Let's go see. Let's put her.
Mm-hmm.
Let's throw her into the fire." And they put her out there. She played against the top recruits in the nation, and she worked her way into a starting position. And that was one big question you asked me last time. What questions did we ask? We She asks,
Mm-hmm.
"Coach, what can I do to get more time?
Mm-hmm.
Coach, what can I do to be a better player?" So we never talked to a coach and said, "Our daughter needs more time." We had her talk to the coach,
Yeah.
and she asked what she needs to do to get better. And I think that shout out to Coach Frankie Parks. Thank you, Coach. He was so patient with her, and he took her to the side and told her what she needed to do. And then we took her home and worked on it. And shout out to Rodney Harmon. Summer has trained with him.
Mm-hmm.
He's great.
And,
He'll teach you a few things.
and
Yeah.
Troy Swain,
Troy,
Yes.
Coach Troy,
and
yes.
George Redmond and Austin. We got so many people. We're probably leaving people out, but
Yes.
we wouldn't. She wouldn't be in the situation she's in if those people wouldn't have made a impact in her life because we certainly couldn't do it. And I think when Leanne says, small town doesn't mean small talent, that's true.
Yeah.
But as parents, you've got to get your kid into you got to get your kid into an environment because if you're going to just expect to get recruited out of a 1A, 2A, 3A high school just picking up a ball and playing during season,
Mhm.
it's not happening. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
she's got to work all the time. You work all the time throughout the year on basketball.
We go to
Yep.
Houston, we go to Austin, we go to Dallas, we go to San Antonio. We go where anywhere somebody will work with her.
Yeah. Y'all are giving amazing advice. I'm with you right here, DK. Said nice advice, parents, for sure. I want to go back to Austin Elite. Actually, I'll hold off. I'll go to this question real quick. Actually, that's crazy. This is what I was about to talk about. So Lamhead says, what grade, or I was going to talk about a little bit of this. What grade did she switch from a small AAU program to a more elite AAU program? So can you walk through that timeline?
So I started locally like till up until about fourth grade, fifth grade, and then June like eighth grade, seventh grade, ninth,
Seventh grade, I think you
seventh
went.
grade through my sophomore summer was Austin Elite because it was a good program. It was stable. I knew I could play. It was closer. And then my last year up until now, I joined Team Lex just because I was given the opportunity to be on the top team, which was really a good opportunity that I feel like I at least had to try, and it was worth it.
Yeah, I like it. So I want to stay there for a second. We were talking Austin Elite, and as you guys said, great program, had nothing but great things to say. But then made that jump to Team Lex. I feel like this is also a struggle for parents sometimes. Like they battle between the being loyal. Do I stay with this program? Do I switch programs? Does it look bad if I switch programs? Like what kind of went through you guys' thoughts of like going from leaving Austin Elite and then going to Team Lex?
Well, like you said, Austin Elite was very good to us, and I'll let Leanne chime in on that too. But I think it's okay if you're upfront about it, and that's
Mm-hmm.
one of the things that we did. Like we had great respect for Fonzel and Speedy and Troy and George and all those people, and we just were straightforward in that. Hey, she's got an opportunity. We actually checked in with Team Lex and Jean, and she's going to go to a workout, and she did well, and they offered her a spot on their team when obviously I guess it was Lone Star Magic joined up with Team Lex, and
Mm-hmm.
so on the Under Armour team, and it was just an opportunity that we couldn't pass up for her just to get her more exposure and see if she could play at that level, and she obviously could. So I think you can do that, but it's only right to give them a heads up before you do something like that.
Yeah.
Leanna.
Yeah. We never considered leaving in the middle of a season ever. You start it, you finish it, and we never had a reason to leave during the middle of the season. But just when an opportunity opened up, and she stays in contact, we stay in contact with Troy
Mm-hmm.
and Fontel, um, and they were family. Um, and they supported her. Like they weren't like, oh yeah, get out of here, but
Yeah.
they were like, we understand what you're doing, and I mean they've been part of the recruiting process too. So never burn a bridge if you can. Like there, everybody knows everybody. The basketball world is a small world. And so you never want anybody out there to be able to say anything negative about you or your player. So
Yep.
we all tried to maintain good relationships. Everything was not perfect. There were times when she didn't get to play, or there were times where she was having to run more, she was having to shoot more. What like it wasn't always perfect, but the way we approached it, we always asked, what could we do instead of you need to. Like we didn't demand. And so I think that helped us maintain a good relationship even when it became time to kind of start looking farther and seeing what else
Yeah.
she could. And
That's
so
that's
that's
really good.
And
yeah.
Ashley, I just wanted to back up another thing about the D2 level, and I wanted
Uh-huh.
to say this. I got that you look at, and of course, this is any level. It's important whatever level you're at, but we found it more with the D2 schools that recruited her, coaching stability. You
That's a
that's
good
important.
one.
Yeah, you better have that. And that's one thing we looked at. I mean, and it just turned out that her final group was a couple of coaches that had been at those schools for a long time, and we felt they were going to be there, and they had solid assistants that we felt were going to be there and stay with the program, and that's what it came down to. And of course you're leery a little bit of when you're being recruited, but maybe there some of these coaches are out there applying or looking for other jobs as well because I know you commit to university, but in reality, when you have a kid, your kids commit to that coach too. So
Yep.
that's important, coaching stability.
Yep. That's really good actually. And Summer, so what was walk me through like the process of like TWU, like when did they actually start recruiting you? When did they offer you?
They started. It was one of the later schools that recruited me, so it was. That's why my decision was later than I wanted it to be.
Mm-hmm.
But they were at that tournament. Where was it?
DeSoto in
DeSoto.
May, I think.
With Team Lex, and I had a call with the head coach and the assistant coach, and then I just looked into the program a lot, and they were like steady, keeping in contact like every week, just like stuff like that is when TWU first started contacting me, and then I
Mm-hmm.
went on a visit, and they offered me, and just I went on my second visit, and that's when I committed. So just being there, and just I think it was important that the coaches kept being in contact with me because I had offers where I'd like
Mm-hmm.
get a really good offer, and then they'd kind of stop talking, and I'm like, do you still want me? So I think that's important. Just like they were really consistent recruiting me, even though it was a little bit later than the other
But the
schools.
letters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and TWU did something really different. They would write handwritten letters and mail them to my house. So that was like a lot different than like, you receive texts and emails all the time. That was just something like special and different that they did that I think it had an impact on me for sure.
Yeah. I love that. And parents listening to this, I hope you hear that, it wasn't and this does happen, right? A school will see a kid and offer them right on the spot. But to me, I think it's more beneficial when a school sees a kid and you build that relationship, you watch them a few times to even make sure that, okay, this is the kid that I want. And like I said, you build that relationship. So parents listening to this, please understand that you might not get that offer when they first see you play. And to me, for me, I don't know. Like I honestly would want that. Like I would want, if a coach if is recruiting my daughter, like I want them to watch a few times before they just come to one game and then just offer. Because it's like we didn't build a relationship, we didn't really talk. So I'm glad that kind of happened for you, where you was able to kind of build that relationship. Y'all talk for a few, and then it's like, okay, I'm ready to offer. What are you excited what are you excited about as far as joining TWU?
Well, I'm first excited to like see them this year and watch some of the girls I got to kind of be friends with and meet when I visited campus. I'm excited to see their season, and when I get there, I'm excited to just get better, get in the gym. It's going to be different from high school. I'm going to be playing one sport, so just seeing my growth and getting stronger, and just I'm excited for everything about it, honestly.
Yeah, yeah. You talked about being able to play one sport, multi-sport athlete. What were some of the challenges that you had to go through throughout your high school season? And did you play just high school volleyball or AAU volleyball? Or
I just
yeah.
high school volleyball.
Okay, so what were some of the challenges you had being a multi-sport athlete, playing volleyball and basketball?
Yeah, I think to play a sport at the college level, you need to be working on it year round. So, like volleyball season, I would go to school, go to practice, go home, then go back up to the gym to do basketball. Same thing with track and basketball season. Go to basketball practice, come home, go back up to the gym. So, like time management and just keeping up with my grades. But I'm so thankful to have gone to a small school to be playing multiple sports because, I just got finished with volleyball. It was like so sad. Like, I loved volleyball. And track's okay too, but I'm just thankful to have the opportunity to be able to do so many sports. And I think like no, I never get a break, but volleyball was kind of like my break from basketball, even though I
Mm-hmm.
was still going to the gym year round. But it's like a different sport, a different kind of game. So I'm definitely gonna miss that a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, This was really good. Y'all gave a lot of great information. Before we get off, I got 4 things for you, Summer, and we are getting started. If you could describe your game with 3 words, what would it be?
I would say hustle. I've
Okay.
worked on that a lot with Team Lex this year. I would say like IQ is my biggest thing. Passing, seeing the court, and then my third word would have to be kind of stable. I'm a pretty stable player. I'm not really up and down. So I play
Even
hard the
keel.
whole time. I know the plays. I'm a reliable player. So
Got
those
it.
are my 3.
Those are good. Finish the sentence. TWU fans can expect you to.
Win.
Oh, I like it. If you could send one message to your younger self starting this journey, what would you say to yourself?
Um, I would say just keep going. Just don't stop. Like there's gonna be times where you don't want to do it. It's gonna get hard, but just keep going.
Love it. Last one. What makes you different?
Um, my composure on the court. You know, playing multiple sports, I see different things happen all the time. I've played so many games in my life that I've been through everything. So I just am ready for it and keep my team composed and myself composed.
I like it, man. I like it. Listen, I have enjoyed y'all. First of all, let me talk to the people that's listening real quick because it's 51 of y'all in here and we only got 13 likes. So I need y'all to hit that like button. If you don't know where it's at, you can drop out of the live chat and you will see the like button. We need to at least get this to 20 likes. Go ahead and hit that like button for me if you have not subscribed to the channel. We're on to go to 5,000 subscribers by the end of the month. Again, Summer, congratulations. Mom, Dad, congratulations because it's a whole team effort. Shout out to you. Shout out to TWU. They got a good one. They really got a good one. And I cannot wait to see you at the next level.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
No
you.
y'all very
problem.
much.
Bye, y'all. Okay, listen, y'all. Let me go back. We got a minute. Okay, I need a bunch of fire emojis. Congrats. We got a minute. If you want to support the stream, it's a little dollar sign that you click that. It can be $1.99. It does not matter. If you want to support the stream, you can do that. I am about to pull it up and the timer is about to go before we bring up our next person. I need to see. There we go. I see a congrats. There goes so proud of you, Summer.
Thank you.
Hold on. Let me go back. I accidentally did that. Where did we go? Come on back. There we go. Congrats. I see a congrats in the chat. There go them likes. There go the fire emoji. We done got it to 20. Shout out to that. Next up, y'all, we will have Landri. We will get to that in just a minute. We are 20 seconds. Let's see if we can get this to 25 likes. Can we get this to 25 likes? Go ahead and smash that like button. If you want to drop a super chat, feel free to do so. $1.99, $2.99. It does not matter. Great interview. Absolutely. It absolutely was. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to y'all again. Next up, we have Landri, who is going to Pitt State. I'm going to show y'all a little bit of Landri before I bring her up. What is up? How y'all feeling?
Hello. Thank you for
Hello.
having us.
No problem. First of all, let me get to this. Shout out to the super chat. Definitely appreciate that. Pure character lifting some weights and keep it up. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat. Listen, y'all, if y'all want to drop a super chat, go ahead and drop a super chat. It doesn't matter if it's $1.99, $2.99. It does not matter. Landry, how are you feeling, Landry and family? How are y'all feeling?
I'm great. How are you?
I am good. I'm excited to have y'all. We're going to go ahead and get started and start with you introducing yourself.
Well, I'm Landry. I'm obviously class of 2026. I go to Gardner Edgerton, and I just committed to Pitt State a few months ago.
Pitt, yes, Pitt State. What made you choose Pitt State?
The biggest thing was their winning culture. Not only in basketball. I mean, last year they made it to the Final Four, but not only in basketball, like their winning program, like all around. Their football is fantastic. They have the best track program in the country. They're actually like I think number 2 overall in D2 sports. So there's a
Mm,
winning culture all around, and that was the biggest thing or one of my biggest priorities when choosing a school is like I want to go to somewhere like that's gonna win and that's used to winning. So yeah, that was one of the biggest things, and then also just their coaches. Their coaching staff was amazing. Um, I mean, the head coach is very well known. She played at Pitt State. She's been coaching there for so long. She's great. I love the assistant coaches, and then the players. They're just like me. I
yeah.
see myself in them a lot, and their style of play is just how I like to play. So it kind of felt like it just felt like a fit whenever I was there. And then lastly, like their community is just amazing. I mean, they get a few thousand fans every game, and that was another big thing for me is I want to play in front of people. So those were kind of the biggest things that made me want to go there the most.
I love it. I love it. Is it? I can't see the other. Is it mom and dad?
She's over here.
There we go.
Yes.
Okay, I couldn't see in the thing. Obviously, athlete is the one that has to go to the school. They're the one that has to play there. But what made you guys feel comfortable and confident enough to say, "I'm sending my baby to Pitt State"?
Um, Pitt State, it's just an excellent college town, excellent basketball program. She said they were number one, or I'm sorry, number two for all of sports. They were actually number one in Division Two.
Mm,
I can't remember what the award is, but just a great place. But the coaches, lots of good coaches we met, but there's good people, Christian believers, which was a big part,
Yes, for sure.
and just the way they win. It was cool watching them, play for in the Final Four for Division Two last year, which was really cool. So we feel good. We feel like she's going to be in good hands at a really good college.
that's good. That's good. Landry, when did you feel like you knew that this was the right fit for you?
Um. Okay. So when I went on my official visit, about like couple months ago, I got the opportunity to like actually practice with them, and right after that, like I got in my car, and I was like, my parents knew right away too. They're just like that like I fit in with the style of play that they play. And one of the biggest things, like I said earlier, was like how they play and how like my game matches up with their play. And I'm pretty like I like to play fast, and they play very fast. And that was one of the biggest things is after I practiced with them, I kind of just like knew. And then also I got to spend the entire night with the team, and I'm a lot like them,
Yeah,
and I see myself being with them all 4 years, and I'm super excited.
that's really good. Mom, Dad, what questions did y'all ask the coaches? What questions did you ask the coaches along this journey when trying to help navigate find the right fit?
I think being able to come in and play right away was a really, really big piece. This whole recruiting journey, everything's changed, with the
Mm-hmm.
transfer portal and the way coaches are recruiting. And I think if you're going to go somewhere, you got to go there, and you need to go and you need to play. It needs to be a good college, a winning college, because I don't think sitting is the best thing. And so we asked that question, and it sounds like if she keeps working, she'll have that opportunity, which is all we could ask for. That was a big thing. There was a lot of just the same questions that the other family asked was something that we did as well.
Mm-hmm.
But observing and just seeing what they said, and just really for me, I like to observe and see what kind of people they are, and they
Yeah.
just really down to earth people, which is what we are.
Yeah. I love it. Landry, what was the toughest part of your recruiting journey?
I think the biggest thing for me was just like if I fit in, if I fit in like the place, if that, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like finding the right fit, I think is better wording it. Kind of like I've been talking about earlier, just like the style of play. Like if I was going to be able to fit into their program the right way, and just like the girls, and all that. So yeah.
Yeah. So fit, making sure that you find the right fit. And
I found that in Pitt State for sure.
yeah, and we talk about college, right? We're talking about Pitt State. But in order to get there, I feel like, you have your high school, but you also got AAU. And that's important. Mom, Dad, what are some questions you feel parents should be asking as they are looking to choose their AAU program? What questions should they be asking directors to make sure they're making the right decision?
Yeah, just looking for good, honest directors. You want to always put your kid in a situation where she's with like players that she can play basketball with. You want to be dependent on by your coach. You don't want to go onto a team, where you're not dependent on by your coach. That does not do any good. You want to be in a situation where you're with like players.
Yeah.
Directors that you trust, people that have been around it, that can put you in the right situation. Whether it's with having those high-level Division I coaches, the mid-level Division I, or even the high-end Division II, or any Division II, or Division
Yeah.
III, and it doesn't matter. You said it. It's about getting your college paid for and being in the right situation. This is just a little piece of your life that's going to set you up for the next chapter.
For sure. I see that, and I talked about this earlier. One of the biggest things that I see just in the industry and just talking to parents, it's always like D1 or nothing, like D1, D1, D1. And as I said, like obviously that's probably everybody's dream starting out, right? And I talk about D free. Can y'all just kind of talk about like your experience of like, when did it kind of shift from like, even if it ever was, like, when did it shift from that, okay, that D1 to like, okay, let's look at other levels. Let's find right fit. Let's do this. Like, talk about that a little bit.
You want me to?
I think she does.
It hit us right before the last live period in July. My mindset, it was D1's the only way, and that was Landry's mindset. But there was a couple colleges, local, Division II, that we went and checked out right before that last live period, and I am so glad that we did.
Praise
Yeah.
God for like
Yes.
it was truly a blessing in disguise.
Wow.
Division and the programs that we were checking out in the MIAA, unbelievable facilities, coaching staffs, weight rooms, their fan bases, the dorms, so nice. I mean, we were blown away. And when we went out, did that last live period, we had decisions to make, but we were all, I was shocked. I shocked myself. I think Landry, she was shocked, but
Yeah.
we're like, and I talked to Reggie Middlebrook, Missouri Phenom, good friend. Missouri Phenom is an excellent AU program. They have so many good people and coaches. And I'm like, Reggie, am I looking at this wrong? He's like, no, Craig, you're not. With the way everything's changed, Division II, and we can't be. We're so happy to be a gorilla.
Yeah.
And be going to Pitt State, which is a Division II college. So proud to be able to do that, and just I can't wait to watch her go out and play for Pitt State and be a couple hours down the road.
Yeah, man, that literally honestly kind of gave me chills, like, because it's like you saying yourself, like, and being honest about that, of like, I was one of those parents, like, where it was D1, like D1 or nothing. And like, as you just said, like, y'all took the visits, y'all went and looked at the campus. Like, I encourage parents all the time, like, we're talking D2. I know some JUCOs that got better facilities than some D1s. Like, there are so many D2s that got better facilities, but it's not talked about enough. And as you were, like, parents will be so blown away to see that the one thing that they're chasing is somewhere else. And it's probably better than what they even imagined. So that really like gave me chills a little bit, because it's the truth. And as you talked about Pitt State, right? Another winning program. Like, a lot of these programs, like, these athletes got chances to win championship, right? Like, who doesn't want to win a national championship? Who doesn't want to play for a championship? Who doesn't want to be a part of a winning program at the end of the day? So I love that you said that.
And who doesn't want to play in a packed gym?
Right. Right. Who doesn't want to play in a packed gym? Landri, what advice would you give to other athletes as they are navigating this journey?
I would just say it's your journey. Don't compare it to anyone else's journey. Like my dad said earlier, this is just a little piece of your life, leading up to bigger things. So I would just say don't compare your journey. Like, stick straight to your path and only allow you, your family, and God on it. And that's all you need.
I love
Don't
it.
compare
I
it to
love it.
Yeah.
Mom, Dad, what advice would y'all give to parents as they help their athlete navigate this journey?
Go ahead, Michelle. She doesn't want
I'm sorry, what was the question again?
What advice would you give to other parents as they help navigate their athlete's journey?
I think I would say, just knowing what your athlete or your child's ability is, and put them. I'm sorry, I can't get into this.
Oh yeah, you're good. Yep.
Really just finding, knowing what their ability is, and not putting them in a situation or on a team where they're not going to be able to grow and have growth. That way they can, get to where they're going, and not having to sacrifice, sitting on the bench or anything like that.
No, that's good. And I actually want to stay right there, and it could be for mom, dad, it doesn't matter. But how did you, as you just said, like, making sure that you know the ability, making sure that it is the right fit, that you fit that program. I feel like that's also, like, if parents don't know, it's getting around somebody that can help. You mentioned, like, Reggie, right? At Missouri Phenom. Y'all didn't start there, right? Or, well, I actually saw you guys with a different program, right? And this is somebody that you were able to confide in, somebody that can be a mentor, somebody that understands, that you were able to bounce information off of, like, hey, am I tripping? Or what is this like? How can these parents be better at trying to find the right fit, or be better at making sure they're making the right decisions?
It's actually really easy. It's nice to have someone you can trust, but how do you feel during the game? Are you your kid's not playing enough? Are you the coaches want to play the best players. They, sure, everyone has favorites, but it's usually the people that give them the best chance to win, the kids that work the hardest, the kids that are the best at the level they're playing at. A lot of times a parent can see it just by being in the gym, going through a weekend, 2 weekends. Not saying to give up. You always want to keep going hard, but that's one way of seeing where you're at. But just having trusted people around you, having a good circle. I had my own program in Kansas City. It was one of the biggest youth programs. But then 7th grade, I'd move everyone over to. That's when I met Reggie.
Okay.
Saw a lot of my kids. I've got a lot of Division I kids out there playing right now, which is so fun to watch. And Division II. I got to get off that old Division I thing. I got kids that are playing at Pitt State.
Oh, nice.
It's so cool to see them, playing on TV or whatever. But just being able to just trust people. And anyways, Missouri Phenom. So we started moving kids over to Missouri Phenom in 8th grade, and then eventually when her team was really good, 2026 team, moved them over. So just being around the right people and just asking questions, and they'll tell you. You can tell if you're having to go to a director and say, hey, why isn't my kid playing? That's usually a sign right there. Just asking.
Yep. I love it. I love it. Landry, what is the biggest lesson you've learned throughout your journey?
I would say a lesson.
Yeah.
I would just say trust in the process. I think that's the biggest thing. Like you can always fall back on the hard work that you put in and all the like the time that you put into your sport. So I would just say trust in the process and trust in the work that you put in to it.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. I love it. We got 4 things left before you guys get off. If you could describe your game with 3 words, what would they be?
I would say I'm long, versatile, and I'm very fast. I like to play fast pace.
Pitt State, finish the sentence. Pitt State fans can expect me to
Win.
win. Win.
Win.
If you could send one message to your younger self starting this basketball journey, what would you say to yourself?
I just to say enjoy the process, enjoy every little bit of it, because one day it is going to come to an end. So you want to look back and just make sure you enjoyed it instead of like thinking of it as a bad thing, and then also just not take it for granted. Um, and yeah, I think that's the biggest thing.
Last
Oh, and make
thing.
sure you have fun. That's the biggest thing.
Oh, that's the biggest thing for sure.
Yes,
Make sure you
because
have fun.
it's just a sport at the end of the day. So make sure you love it and have fun.
Yes. Yes. Dad, were you about to say something?
I was just going to say it's easy to enjoy it when you're winning, but enjoy it when you're losing too.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
You can learn a lot from that.
Yeah, absolutely. Last one. What makes you different?
I'm the only Landri Schaffer.
Do you know that?
No, I'm just kidding. But what makes you different? I don't know. I mean, I like to put God first in everything. God is my firm foundation, and whatever I do, I want to make sure I praise Him in everything and give Him all the glory. So
I love it. I love it. I will say I absolutely love your personality. I could tell just from this small talk that we've had that you are number one. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff. I'm going to put it over here. But I could tell that you are a joy to be around. DK says Pitt State is lit. I'm going to put some of these up here. We got to go, Landry.
woo!
Congrats, Landry.
Oh, thank you.
Let's go, Landry. You got a lot in the chat. Scroll up a little bit. Some more congratulations.
Thank you.
There we go. There we go. I have enjoyed talking to y'all. Thank y'all for taking time out. Listen, if y'all have not hit that like button, let's get this to 30 likes. Let's get this to 30 likes. Landry, thank y'all. Landry and family, thank y'all for hopping on. Definitely enjoyed this. And good luck the rest of this season.
Thank you so much.
Hey,
I
and we like
appreciate
your
it.
clothes. We got a lot of your
Oh
clothes down in
yeah,
Texas.
we do.
I like it. Thank you. Listen, if y'all don't have any, it's justdifferentapparel.com. Use code podcast to get 15% off.
Go get
very
some.
cool clothes.
Go get some right now.
Thank y'all so much. Y'all have a good one.
Yep, you too. Thank you.
All right. All right, y'all. We got 1 minute. Throw some congrats. Let's like it up. We got one more person left. One more. Hit that like button if you want to support. We got one super chat. Y'all, I get excited for the super chats. We got one super chat already. You can do $1.99. You can do $2.99. It does not matter. You hit the little money sign, click it, put whatever number, tap your phone twice, and it is that easy. Let's get this to 30 likes, and we are on a minute. I see the Pitt State. I like it. Big congratulations. I like it. There we go. I see the like. the likes coming through. Congrats, Landri. And I'm going to throw this one back up real quick. Our super chat from the last one. We did have a super chat from the last one, $5. Shout out to that. Let's see if we can get, I think I'm going for $20. Can we end with $20 today? Can we do that? That's 15 left. We got one more person, y'all. We are at 27 likes. Let's get this to 30. Rosie is next. That is going to St. Mary's. Let me show y'all just a little bit of my girl. Let me show you just a little bit. What is up? How y'all feeling? Uh-oh, y'all are muted. Hold on. I see the signal, but y'all are muted. Unmute yourself. There we go. How y'all feeling?
What's
Good, how
up?
are you?
We're good.
Let me get this right. Rosie, go ahead and introduce yourself, and we will get started.
Hi, I'm Rosanelly Pastrano, class of 2026. I go to Lee High School, and I just committed to St. Mary's University.
Yes, committed to St. Mary's University. We start with that. What made you choose St. Mary's?
Well, when I first started going through the recruitment process, I didn't have that many offers, and Coach Val kind of reached out to me, and through my AAU coach, Coach Valls, and then my high school coach, Coach Rogers. So that was one reason. And I put a lot of trust in them because they got to see my game and they trust my game. So them just letting Coach Val know how I am as a player, the culture and the family that they have on the team. When I look at the girls, I see myself, they're very energetic, very happy. There's never a down time with them. It's always up. Energy's consistent. The coaching staff is amazing. Through my whole recruitment process, they were there for me. Even if they weren't at Heart of Texas, they would still be watching live. It was just constant support. To keep it real, my grandma lives down the street from there, so I'm really home.
Yeah, I like it. Is it mom, dad? I can't see in the...
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay. Mom, dad. Obviously, athlete is the one that has to play for the coach, has to be there. But what made y'all comfortable and confident enough to say, we going to St. Mary's?
So a lot of it was just trusting in God, really.
Yeah.
Things happen for a reason. Again, the recruiting process wasn't she wasn't getting a lot of looks, a lot of offers, little interest here and there, but nothing really serious. So like she said, the coaches reached out. It became a little bit more serious. Everything just lined up. Her high school coach, actually freshman and sophomore year, left to Austin, so we got a new coach. The new coach that we got, Coach Rogers, had a connection with Coach Val. So it's one of those things man, everything don't line up just to line up.
Yeah.
It's for a reason, so yeah.
Yeah, I like it. Now, Rosie, when did you feel like you knew that this was home?
It was kind of right before life period started. It it was kind of just like I think I was really putting like my trust in God. Like it
Yeah.
was really letting him speak to me, letting him show me signs like, hey, this is like what's for you. And it was definitely like right before I left to Kentucky for life period, I texted Coach Val. I was like, hey, I'm ready. Like I want to be a Rattler. So sent that text and let her know I verbally committed.
I love it. I love it. Now, and I've talked about this for each guest, just the whole D2, D1 type of thing, right? Like, I feel like at the end of the day, every athlete, like everybody starts out and it's like, I want to go D1, I want to go D1, I want to go D1. When did your mindset, I guess, shift from like, all right, like, I'm going to go D2 and this is the right fit for me, etc.
So growing up, I was always the shortest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say basketball is a lot of politics, but I'm Hispanic. So
Yeah.
I knew what it was from the jump kind of, but I never let that kind of like, let that overcome my mindset, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yep.
So I wasn't really worried about going D1.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I knew what was for me was going to be for me. And I knew, like, from the offers that I had, I knew I was going to be a good player for D2. So
Yeah, I like it. Mom, dad, pretty much same thing. Like, just talk to us about that. Just that whole process of like the whole, like I said, of like, okay, like, can she play at the D1 level? Do we push D1? Do we look at D2? Just that whole like dialogue and figuring that out.
So I would say that we did our pre-work, you would say. We took her to a lot of showcases.
Mm-hmm.
We had her competing against, some of the best, some of the recruits that are going D1. She was competing. She was handling her own. We knew she had it. We were real with her. We told her, no matter what you go, we're going to be there. We're going to support you. So it wasn't like you have to go D1. It's
Right.
That was never the goal. The goal was for her to love and play what she loves to do, play basketball. So that was the goal. We always kept it real with her, told her who she was. She needed to believe in herself, and that's what we just kept her real with who she was. That's it.
Yeah, I love that. I love that.
Yeah, for me, again, going back to like just not passing the eye test. Like you walk in the gym as a hooper, everybody looks around. And I was that guy. Like I play big. I'm 5'10", Hispanic, right? I knew how to come in the game and change it. So everything, we taught her. Besides, like I didn't ever train her. I let Stat Stuffer Stu train her, and I just on my end was a back end, but it was just making sure she knew how to play basketball, and that way when she walked in the gym, she's not gonna wow you by her athleticism. It's gonna be how she plays the game of basketball, her IQ. So just knowing that, it was just like, again, going back to a guy, like whatever's for her is gonna be for her, and the person's gonna see her at the right time, put her in the right position, and that was it. And like she said, we put her in all the camps. Every time she competed, it was either a parent coming up saying they loved her game, the girls themselves could like deferring to her as a point guard. When you walk in the gym and there's talent in there, and they defer to you as a point guard being the smallest, what's that say to you?
Yeah, for sure.
So for me, is that every time we left the gym, whether they talked to somebody, it was like, hey, did you do what you have to do on the court to make them believe you can play at the next level? And whatever that may be, is what it is.
Yeah, and that's something I always talk about, next level. Like D1, D2, I don't care. Where is D free? Where is D free? Like, that should be the goal.
Hold on. I watched a lot of your podcasts. I'm going to say this. We were already on that mindset.
Yeah.
So when you started saying it was like, bet, D free, right? Like, so again, going back to what we're listening to, listen to advice.
Yes.
D free.
D, absolutely. And shout out to that. I appreciate you for listening to the podcast. But that is it. D free for sure. Rosie, what would you say was the most challenging part of your journey?
Most challenging part was probably me comparing myself, honestly.
Yeah.
That was the hardest part. I mean, I saw these girls I was competing with. I would see them get offers like, dang, like, what am I doing wrong?
Yeah.
Like, what can I do to get better, to be in their position? And it was just more like I think I came to a realization, like, just play your game and the right one will come. Like, not every coach is looking for like they're looking for what they need.
Yeah.
So just play your game, and that coach will come.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that was definitely the biggest part.
Yeah, I agree. I like that. Mom, Dad, same question. What would you say was the most challenging part of this journey so far?
I think the most challenging is really her believing in herself. We believed in her from the jump. We
Yeah.
put her in the showcases. We pointed out, look who you're playing with, look who you're playing against, and always she knew she could play because she was out there. She was scoring. She was passing. She was doing everything a point guard needs to do, but she wasn't getting the offer. She wasn't
Yeah.
getting the look. She wasn't getting the praise, and it was social media is a killer.
Yeah.
For stuff. So just keeping her strong, that was the hardest thing as a parent. You see your baby break down, and it's like, oh, you got it in you.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, man. Dad, anything you want to add to that?
As a competitor myself, just putting your pride and ego aside and yeah, of course you're supposed to believe your kid's her, right? But putting your pride and ego aside and hey, she's wherever she's at. Man, that was tough for me from a parent
Yeah.
perspective.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I knew I know she's tough. You put her in the gym with some of the best. You're gonna catch yourself like, oh, who's that?
Absolutely, absolutely. And I want to shine some light, and I've talked about it kind of with the other two guests of some things that I don't think that parents really take into consideration or understand of one, some of these D2s are better than some of these D1s. Some of these D2s got better facilities than some of these D1s. Some of these D2s, and I'm big on that. Like you hear it in a podcast. I always talk about D-free. And the one thing that the last family talked about is the dad. He talked about how he was one of those that was like D1 or nothing, right? But I think he said at the end of the last live period, he ended up going to 2 D2 schools, to check it out, and was blown away. And it's like, you never know. To me, it's like you never know where your blessing is going to come from. You never know what this school is going to do for you while we're kind of chasing something that might not even be for you, right? So I think that's very important. And what y'all have been saying of at the end of the day, what's for you is what's for you. Your job is to go out there and compete.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, facts. Yeah, that's one thing I try to tell her too, comparing, I'll tell her, how many of these girls that you compare yourself to really expected to, go to such and such college? Mm-hmm. Everybody's dreaming big. Everybody has that big dream, and I don't want to say settled, but I'm just going to use that term. They settle for what they got. Is what they got. And this is what's for you. This is what's for you. Mm-hmm. And trust it. We'll go from there. And if you feel like you're better than that, well, then show out wherever you're at, and somebody will see you and come scoop you.
Absolutely.
And play.
Absolutely. Rosie, what are you most excited about for St. Mary's?
Well, being able to lead a team as a point guard, of course, stepping into that role. I think being coached by an excellent coach. Mm-hmm. I don't know how to explain it to you, but I see myself in Coach Val a lot. Mm. We're near each other, and I'm just dang, that's me. And then I've had, my first coach that I ever played with, his wife went to St. Mary's, and she said, I see you, when I look at you, I see Val,
wow.
So I'm excited to play underneath Coach Val, and a great coaching staff. Coach Liz is there. Coach King won't be there, but when I look at them, I'm dang, I'm in good hands.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and I would say there's not a lot of good people in this world. There's not a lot of good people in the coaching industry. It's a lot of fake, right? Mm-hmm. And that is one thing I could say about Coach Val, somebody that keeps it real, somebody that I could say that genuinely, really genuine, it has genuine care for the girls, want to see the girls do better. And somebody that supports, loves the game of basketball, right? So I definitely would agree with that. Say that you are in good hands. with Val. Shout out to Val. Hold on,
So
y'all.
really quick, watching when I'm watching her episode, like I'm watching and I'm like everything she said, I'm like, this lady's not lying. Like she's not gonna be calling you every day, doing all like social media. She's like straight to the point. What you see is what you get. And I'm listening to her and I'm like, she's talking about us. Like I don't know if she was or wasn't, but that's how it felt. Like she's keeping it real, who she is. Like,
and I love that. And I even said, like, I've told people, her episode was probably one of my favorite episodes because she got on there and she was real. A lot of college coaches will get on and it's kind of like they gonna kind of beat around the answer and they not gonna, like, she was like, this is what it is. Yes, very blunt. So I love that. Shout out to DK. Say, y'all done made me a fan. Shout out. Shout out to the $10. Y'all, the goal is 20. I think we 5 away. If you want to support the channel, you want to drive.
Let's go.
Somebody got 5 on it for sure. Somebody got 5 on it. Rosie, what advice would you give to other athletes as they navigate this journey?
So back to what I said was my hardest, like, part of my journey. Just don't compare yourself.
Yeah.
You need to talk to God. I mean, he's always going to be there. So I think trust in him. Don't compare yourself, because the moment you compare yourself, I mean, it's the route to failure, or evil, but that will definitely kill you. Yeah. But just keep going. Like, you got yourself, you got your family, you got a support system behind you no matter what. Even if you don't think you do, like, there's always someone there for you. Just
I like it. Mom, Dad, y'all talked about y'all were SA Hoops Elite, right?
Hoops Elite.
Yep, that's what I thought. Right now we're in high school season. AAU season is technically over, but I like to say AAU is never over. These coaches be out. They trying to find their teams right now. What advice would y'all, or what questions do you feel that parents should be asking directors as they are trying to find the right program for their athlete?
I think some of the questions I had are always like, where are we going? Who are we going to be in front of? Do you have communication with coaches? Sometimes you might be in circuits, but those directors are not talking to coaches. They're waiting for the coaches to reach out to them. So just make sure there's a rapport, history of other athletes being recruited as well, and just honest feedback as well. What works for you, what they see in the future for you. And if they're honest with you, they're not going to tell you, oh yeah, you're for sure going D1. I'm going to promise you. No, false promises, basically.
Yeah.
Ask the right, what do you see in my daughter? What are the possibilities? And just look for honesty, to be honest with you.
That's good. You want to add something to that, Dad, or she said it all?
Nah, she got it.
Yeah. Nah, I agree. I think
I would say, actually, I would just say is be real with your kid. Like, be real with them. Like, yes, you're the biggest fan, but be real with your kid, and you should be able to observe their talent, like in that aspect compared to other girls.
Yeah.
Like, can she play when she steps on the court with these other girls? Can she go? And if she can't, it is what it is. Like,
yeah.
Enjoy the moment. Just enjoy the moment.
DK said, you said questions and the camera switched straight over to moms. Gonna get them questions asked. Before we get off of here, Rosie, I got 4 things for you. Yeah. If you could describe your game in 3 words, what would they be?
Influential. Definitely. IQ and leadership.
I like it. Finish the sentence. St. Mary's fans can expect me to
lead.
That's good. If you could send one message to your younger self starting this basketball journey, what would you say to yourself?
Have fun. Don't take things for granted. Just live in the moment.
last thing. What makes you different?
Being a true point guard. Seeing the whole floor and not just doing for yourself, but what you could do for others and how
I
you could
like
get
it. That's good. That's good. I have enjoyed this, and personally have enjoyed watching you play. Like, I've watched you play multiple times. Love your game. And my thing is trust the journey. You know, it is a journey. Trust the process. You know, you said that you didn't have a lot of offers. I always say it only takes one. You only need one. Look at you. You got a number one fan. You got a fan.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
It only takes that one, and you got that one. It's all about what you're going to do with it at the end of the day. Seems like you got a great support system. As mom and dad been saying, we putting you in the showcases. We putting you in the right situation. We doing that. So shout out to y'all. Again, Rosie is one of one. Continue blessings your way.
Yes, Coach Clark. Hi, Coach Clark. Thank you.
Oh, Coach Clark. Shout out Coach Clark.
Shout out to that.
Hey, Coach, did I tell you we got a village over here?
Yeah. Turn the camera to you.
Blessed.
Yeah.
We got a village over here. Village. It's crazy. We're so beyond blessed. From San Antonio to Dallas to Houston, people show love. To Austin, people show love every time they see her. Love coaches. Coach Spaz from Houston.
Yeah.
Coach Rob, Dallas. Coach Chapman shows love. And of course, I was San Antonio. I've always told Rose, like, you can go out and compete with these girls. Y'all can hate each other on the court, but respect each other. Step off the court, respect each other. Show love to each other. We're from the city. Like, show love. And now, I mean, even when we go out, it's from the state. Let's show love to Texas.
Yeah.
Texas.
I love it. I love it. Somebody said, great family, great episode. Yes, this was really, really good. Again, I appreciate y'all. I enjoyed this conversation. Look forward to following you even more, and good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you so much.
Hey, Coach, I got a gem for you.
Yes.
I got to say this one. I haven't heard this on the show, this perspective yet from the show.
Okay.
So, the retired coach, Jason Martins, told me from St. Mary's. He said, if you feel your kid is as good as you think they are, then get your kid accepted into whatever college they want to get to academically. Have them walk on to the school. If they're that good, they can walk on and be part of the team. And from the coach's perspective as a GM, they can use whatever offer money they had to go stack up on another kid. And that might help them from the GM perspective.
Yep.
It gave me a different outlook. Like, okay, well, yeah, if I feel like she's good enough for UT, for Baylor, then yeah, she could, you could do that. So I just want to drop that because I haven't heard anything from that type of perspective. Everything's always been just play, go.
Now you can definitely go the academic route and walk on. And I've seen, we've seen the story multiple times where walk-ons get, they might have to pay that first year, but then they on a full ride after that. So yeah, that's definitely possible for sure.
Yep.
I just want to say I appreciate everything you do. A lot of your podcasts did help in our decision making, listening to different coaches' aspects, and you're doing a great job for everybody out there.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I definitely appreciate it. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you for having us, Coach.
All
right, y'all. Y'all, three fire. Can y'all put some fire emojis in the chat? 3 fire episodes. We started off the first one with Summer at TWU. We then went to Landri at Pitt State, and then we just finished with Rosie at St. Mary's, y'all. This was good. This was probably one of my favorite. Let me get in the middle. This was probably one of my favorite episodes because I feel like everybody always, as I said earlier, everybody always focus on D1. And I've said it throughout this whole time. There are some great D2 schools. There are some great JUCO schools. There are some great NAIA schools. There are other levels that you can go to for free. And for a lot of y'all, it's going to save you time, stress, money, all of that because you're trying to chase the wrong thing, right? I talk about a lot of this. Let me drop this for y'all. I talk about a lot of this inside of my community. I have a community for parents to get information, to ask questions, and it is free for 7 days. You can get in the community. It is free for 7 days, right? Asking me questions on how to pick the right team. I'm bringing in guests. We actually have one tomorrow, right? I bring in guests every month. We have Q&A where you can ask any questions that you want every single month. There's monthly resource drops to help you navigate this whole journey, right? As I think it was Landri's dad who talked about, he was one of those parents. He was one of those parents who was on the D1 train, D1 or nothing. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Hold on. Let me back up. Let me get Rosie up here. We got 1 minute. I forgot. I just went to talking. Y'all, we got 1 minute. I want to see some congrats. We are $5 away from our goal tonight of $20 in super chats. So if you're feeling real generous and you want to drop that $5, you got a chance right now. Let's get 4 more likes to get this to 35. And we got a minute. We have a minute. Let me see some congrats in the chat. Anybody want to finish off that goal and get us to $20 in super chats? We are $5 away. 5 away. Shout out to y'all for tuning in, for listening, for liking, for subscribing. We are on a goal to get to 5,000 subscribers by the end of the month. We got some work to get to. I started it out at 3,500 by the end of the month, and we hit it. We definitely hit that. So now we have moved on to 5,000. My dog Rose. I like it. Boom, 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 boom. We have hit our goal. We have hit. DK, you always showing up and showing out. Shout out to that, y'all. We have hit our goal. We got 5 earlier. DK showing out. DK did the 10. Shout out to DK. And then backdoored and dropped another 5. Shout out to that. Shout out to y'all. If y'all have not hit that like button, right, Kendra? If y'all have not hit that like button, go ahead and smash that like button. Listen, we do this every single Wednesday. Every Wednesday, I am bringing on athletes to talk about their decision, give advice, help parents out. Every Tuesday, I have a podcast episode that drop. Every Thursday, I take the interviews that I do at tournaments. If y'all don't know, I go to tournaments and I interview college coaches, short little interviews. I take those, I break them down, give some more information on Thursdays. So it's a lot of content on the page to help parents, to help coaches, to help athletes. You need to be subscribed. You need to hit that bell because them notifications need to be turned on so that you know every time I'm live, every time a video drop. Y'all know I'm doing live coverages. I'm doing a lot. At the end of the day, I am trying to bring exposure. I'm trying to bring information. I'm trying to bring education to the girls' games. So I want y'all to help me. If you see a video, send this out to somebody who also needs to hear it. Share it. Hit that like button. If you see I'm live, you can pop in, boom, hit that like button and go on about your business if you don't want to listen. Every like matters. It helps these videos get pushed out. I'm going to talk about these super chats because my coach been on me. He like, you need to talk about them. So y'all going to hear me talking about these super chats, right? If you want to drop a super chat, it could be $1.99. It could be $2.99. It does not matter. If you want to drop a super chat to support the channel, feel free to do so. I want to hear y'all takeaways though. Let me know who was your favorite What was some of y'all takeaways? I want to hear it. Throw it in the chat. If you have not hit that like button, go ahead and hit that like button. Let's see if we can get this to 35. Can we get this to 35 before I hop off of here? I want to see some likes. I want to hear some of y'all takeaways. What was your takeaway? Who was your favorite? Who had the most energy? Right? Who gave the best information? They always good. All three of them was really good. Great information. I thought the athletes was very mature. TWU got a good one. Pitt State got a good one. St. Mary's got a good one. And all three of those programs are winning programs. If y'all are not familiar with D2, listen, go do some research. Go look up these schools. Go look up TWU. Go look up St. Mary's. Go look up Pitt State. All winning programs. Shout out to Rosie. I'm going to need a jersey. Shout out to Rosie. You heard what she said. Small but mighty. Summer. They talked about small town. Does not matter. Small town, big talent. At the end of the day, a lot of different gems that was dropped. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me, staying and listening to the episode. For that, as I said, somebody talked about merch. I do have merch. If you are interested, you can't really see. I got different on today. But if you want to support, you want to get you some merch, it's Christmas time, right? It's holiday season. So if you want to support and get you some merch, it's justdifferentapparel.com. Use code podcast to get 15% off. And here y'all go. Thank you for staying to the very end. For that, I got a gift for you. You see I'm always indifferent, and you can be indifferent too. It's justdifferentapparel.com. Use code podcast to get 15% off. And if you did not like and subscribe, go ahead and do that.